Number 111 representing Belgium, Laurent Barouy. Number 110 representing Austria, Luca Karl. Number 108 representing Monaco, Esteban Flores.
Very good morning, swimming fans, and welcome here to Barcelona, the cosmopolitan capital of Catalonia, for this, our second leg of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. And just getting the introductions now to our men's field, set to take to the water here in the port of Barcelona. 22 men in total, and plenty of youngsters, and a big opportunity here to claim a great title, the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. We've had one leg already in Piombino. And just off the back of the European Aquatics Championships just a few weeks ago in Belgrade, and really in the wake of the Paris Olympics coming our way very shortly. Of course, that open water competition set to commence in just on 40 days now. Women scheduled to swim in the Seine, fingers crossed, on August 8, and the men's competition on August 9 there in Paris. So this is probably our last major international event before we take a break for the Paris Olympics. Most Olympians now into their taper, and won't see them racing here today in Barcelona. But we'll see Lisa Poe there for Monaco in the women's event. Start 5 minutes after the men. Of course, it will be Olympic distance, 10 kilometres, 4 laps of this 2.5 kilometre course here in Barcelona. And this men's field said 22 men in total. Quillan Puyol of Spain, Claudio Lorenzetti of Switzerland, Dogugan Ulak of Turkey, Piotr Wozniak of Poland, Daniel Chabanian of Ukraine, Francisco Amaral of Portugal, Esteban Feore of Monaco, Victor Johansson of Sweden, Luca Karl of Austria, Logan van Wees of Belgium, Matej Kazubek of Czechia, Joan Macario Molina of Spain, Jean-Baptiste Klusman of France, Hessel Robert of the Netherlands, Theo Drenade of Monaco, Emile Masmacu of France, Paul Niederberger of Switzerland, Mario Mendez Puga of Spain, Andre Zak of Czechia, Marin Santiago Gutierrez and Jose Daniel Castillo Rangel of Mexico as well. So a couple of visitors. So Theo Drouin coming down for Monaco. And there's our lineup. 22 men. Who to look out for here? Well, pretty open race. Probably looking at a group of 4. They're probably on that second tier in terms of world rankings. The likes of Guillaume Puyol of Spain, 16th at the European Championships a couple of weeks ago. Peter Wozniak was 17th there of Poland. Van Wees of Belgium. And probably Kozubek there of Czechia also. Probably be your top 4 picks. Said had leg 1 in Piombino, Italy last month. It was taken out by the Italian in Domenica Assarenza. It's the head of the French duo in Sacha Velli and Marc-Antoine Olivier, but those swimmers not racing here today, obviously in preparations for the Paris Olympics. And we'll see the women's race hit the water just 5 minutes after the men. 4 laps of this 2.5 kilometre course here in beautiful Barcelona. A little bit of rain but that won't worry the swimmers. They'll be getting wet very shortly. Definitely all happening here in Barcelona. Of course, will be the home of the America's Cup Yacht Race. The oldest and most famous international sailing race starts here in late August. But today it is our European Aquatics Open Water Cup. And our second leg, men's race, about to be in the starters' hands. And away we go, racing in this European Aquatics Open Water Cup. Leg 2 here from Barcelona. And straight away, pace off the front is quick. Looking at a time around about that 1 hour, 50-minute mark for the men and close to 2 hours for the women. And it does look like Jean-Baptiste Clousman of France in that blue cap taking the early lead. But definitely a long way to go. So stroke for stroke there as well. Looks like Switzerland right alongside them, and like Van Wees there of Belgium in that white cap closest to screen. And that's like Luca Karl of Austria in a red cap as well. Pretty solid start. I said these swimmers looking for a big win today. It's European Aquatics Open Water Cup, and just the second leg of 5. Started in Piombino last month, and then we'll take a little bit of a break with the Olympics coming up. Said next month. We'll be back into North Macedonia for leg 3 at the end of August. And then on to Belgrade. And we finish with that 5th leg in Ražanac in Croatia in September. The swimmers looking pretty smooth. Victor Johansson there, the gold cap of Sweden. Takes up the running, and it's a beautiful spot here for open water swimming in the port of Barcelona, and you can see the promenade there. You can follow the race, walk along for most of the way. Keep your eye on the swimmers. And just pretty tightly bunched in this opening lap of 4 laps in total, 2.5 kilometre course. And that Olympic distance, 10 kilometre. Couple of white guidance cans there. It's just this lead group of 3, just pushing the pace a little bit. As you've seen in the 10 kilometre, it's all critical about what you've got left in that 4th and final lap here. Save some energy for that final sprint. So at the end of each lap, they have the opportunity to hit the feeding pontoon and rehydrate as our women prepare for their introductions. So they'll be just 5 minutes behind the men. So they'll be coming down onto the starting pontoon shortly. "19 women in total. Take to the port of Barcelona here as well for their race coming up shortly. But solid out in front at the moment. Jean-Baptiste Clousman of France Finished 21st at the European Championships. Just on a couple of weeks ago there in Belgrade in Serbia. First turning can there. And right alongside him, gold cap Victor Johansson of Sweden. Not bad. It looks like Emile Masmecu of France is leading the way. So Masmecu pushing it hard early on. You can see there in the background Team New Zealand getting ready for that America's Cup coming here to Barcelona in late August. That's certainly a place to be. A little backstroke there from Masmecu, and we'll leave the men's race in its early stages and welcome the women's race down for their start here. European Aquatics Open Water Cup Leg 2, and the big star there in Lisa Poe, and why not 6th at the European Championships a couple of weeks ago. She'll be looking for a big effort in 40 days' time. The Paris Olympics. Top 10 finisher at the World Championships earlier this year. Katarina Hebeln of Switzerland. Plenty of youngsters here. Some great international experience for them. Angelica Andre of Portugal. Leontina Tranina of Czechia. Clemence Cocodano, France. He's got the goggles taped to the cap. Don't see that too often. Netrefova of Czechia. Czechia's had a brilliant time in the pool at European Championships. On the back of Barbara Semanova and her efforts. Spain here. Candela Sanchez, top 20 finisher at the Euros 2 weeks ago. She'll be a big chance here in front of the home crowd. Inès Delacroix of France. Marie Kopokova of Czechia. Emma Fredersdorf of Switzerland. A few more to come here. And a couple of locals as well. Julia Marti of Catalonia. The opportunity for them to swim. Paula Otero of Spain. The Swiss with a big representation here. Nina Bruin. And here's another talent. Océane Cassinol, experience, top 10 finisher, finished 10th at World Championships, was 7th in the first leg of our European Aquatics Open Water Cup in Italy as well. And it's great to have some visitors here from Mexico as well. Martha Sandoval, Carla De La Rosa. Pleskotova for Czechia. And there's De La Rosa for Mexico, our 19th and final competitor for the women. So looking at this women's field, probably thinking favourite here, Lisa Poe, probably a class above the rest. She's got some incredible front end speed. Wouldn't be surprised to see her go to the front here early on for Monaco. Said 6th at the European Championships a couple of weeks ago. She was 9th at the World Championships in Doha early this year and 5th in the first leg of our European Cup. As we go back to the men's race for the moment, still in their first lap. So Victor Johansson of Sweden has taken up the lead. A couple of Frenchmen right on his tail though. The early leader in Emile Masmacu. And so too Jean-Baptiste Klusman. Here's the start list for the women again. 19 swimmers in total, and all eyes on Monaco's Lisa Poe. Can't discount Ocean Cassignol as well of France, and probably throw in Candela Sanchez. Top 3 most likely to get the podium here, but you just never know in open water. But away they go. The women often racing here. Second leg of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup from Barcelona. And just that start, just critical, just to stay out of trouble. Don't want to expel any unnecessary energy early on, getting in a tussle with opposition. A seagull there, wasn't too worried about the swimmers going straight past. So the women on the move quick, and 2 Czechia caps there. Looks like Leontina Trenina. Marie Kopakova as well. And Swiss cap on the outside. And then you can see that white cap closest to the screen. Monaco, probably race favourite Lisa Poe. Has some beautiful front end speed and straight to the lead now. So Poe, we'll see her featuring in Paris in 40 days' time in that Olympic program. She's a consistent competitor, loves to race. Cassignol there in that blue cap for France as well. And so they're probably going to be your 2 favourites here for this women's race. Be wise not to let Poe go, because she is more than happy to break the field early and do some serious damage. And you can see here on the promenade, onlookers getting a perfect view in the port of Barcelona. It's one of the best places for spectators especially to watch open water swimmers. Follow them all the way along. The men's race starting 5 minutes ahead of the women. Yeah, Lisa Poe looking very strong early on. No surprises. That's a Spanish cap there. Paulo Otero in second spot, that blue cap. Let's see if these Spanish swimmers can cause a few upsets here today. Spain, just such a history in swimming, and you think of one of their greatest swimmers, Maria Belmonte Garcia, this Olympic champion back in Rio in that 200 fly. Off the distance as well, though. Silver medalist in London, 800 freestyles. We 15 minutes in, we return to the lead of the men's race. And France and Spain pushing hard. Back to the women as well. For France there, Emile Massimacue. Willem Puyol in the men, and women's though, no doubting Lisa Poe to the front. Paulo Otero down there in second spot. See, the sun has started to come out here now, so near perfect conditions in Barcelona. Visibility is fantastic. Stacked at the lead of the men's race. We go back, still in the first lap. Plenty of blue caps in the lead. Spain and France. So for France, Jean-Baptiste Kluzman. So too, Emile Massimacue. For Spain, Willem Puyol. Throwing in Victor Johansson, that gold cap for Sweden. Go back to that red cap. Luca Karl there of Austria. The black cap, the Ukrainian. Danilo Chabanian. Matej Kazubek. See. And the green cap there of Czechia as well. So tightly bunched, as you'd imagine, down this first lap. 2.5 kilometres each lap. Pretty good sign in open water swimming. The pace isn't too hot. There's the fact that they're all pretty tightly bunched and no one leader. You see that once that pace picks up and they really start to put it down, they start to string out into that single file and trying to hang on for dear life. So at the moment, a lot of cat and mouse, a lot of eyeballing in that men's race, first lap. And back to the women's race here, and still leading the way for Monaco in that white cap. Quite comfy. What else do we have in there? Otero of Spain. Still looks like Otero of Spain in second. The second Spanish swimmer in there as well. Sanchez. So let's at the European Championships as well. For Poe. Loves it. Loves going to the lead. Loves setting the pace. Gets in a good rhythm. Just takes a little look back. And just that little bit of early speed can sting the back markers a little bit. So it's already spread this women's field out. Full credit to Otero here. She's right on her feet and not letting her go. And back to the men's race, lead group. There's plenty of them. Looks like already one of them has lost their cap. I was betting man. Probably say that's Kazubek of Czechia, closest to screen. Inside of him, Mesmerkiw of France, Guzman of France as well. Hansen of Sweden, but the pace pretty cruisy. That red cap of Karl from Austria. A couple of seagulls circling as we go back to the women's race. Just about to hit 10 minutes in. Said women's race should take around 2 hours. Men about 1 hour 50. It's 4 laps of the course, and as we had a quick storm pass through just at the start of the race, but it is turning into blue skies quickly here on a gorgeous summer Saturday in Barcelona. Where else would you rather be? Such a beautiful city. Lisa Pope in control of this women's race. Looking comfortable. Matero in second. Back to the men's. Plenty of blue caps there at the lead. France and Spain. Again, the pace not too hot. Looks like Mesmerkiw in that blue cap, closest to screen. Puyol of Spain there as well, and Hansen of Sweden, the gold caps, had a good start. Go back to that second tier. It's in there. Austria, Ukraine. You see Zubak there of Czechia, closest to screen without a cap. Still in the first lap though, just past the 20-minute mark for the man. And back to the women's league group. If you've just joined us, very good morning or good afternoon now from Barcelona here. European Aquatics Open Water Cup Leg 2. And it has been all Lisa Pope from the start, setting the pace for Monaco. And Paul Otero of Spain refusing to let her go. And then on the chase, Lucien Cassignol of France. Second Spanish cap there. Candela Sanchez. And maybe Maria Bramont Arias of Peru in that red cap in 5th spot at the moment. That's your top 5 for the women in their first lap of 4. 2.5 kilometre laps in total. The women's group, pretty tight. As we go back to the men's, not as tight as the men's group though. Ooh, bunched together in this first lap. It's an aggressive start in the men's for Mesmerkiw of France. pushing the tempo a little bit. Mexico cap in there. Gutierrez. Oh, bit of backstroke just to check out the field. And they come back here to the start line to complete their first lap. So I'll hit the feeding station as well. That can change up the placings. Oh, look at them. They're spread out all over the port right now, this men's race. Almost polar opposites to the women's. So the women's very single file. And it's probably a testament to the pace that's been pushed by Poe here and Otero. Said gorgeous weather. Now it's turned it on here in Barcelona. And why not? Such a beautiful city. Said cosmopolitan capital of Catalonia and hosted the Olympic Games back in 1992, the 25th Olympiad. 32 years ago now since that, and had 2 World Aquatics Championships here as well in 2003 and again in 2013. Said we'd see Poe at the Paris Games for Monaco on 40 days' time. So we come down here, men's race, first lap. And France still in front. Mesmercu, it looks like. Spain not far away. Puyol there on the inside. Molina as well as they start to approach here, and they're pretty tightly bunched. So as you'd expect, first lap here for the man, and wasn't too much pace on. More tactical than anything. Can't win it in the first lap, but you can certainly lose it. So just don't want to lose touch with this lead group, and just put yourself in a good position for this first feeding opportunity. See the handlers are coming out onto the feeding platform. First lap just taking just under 30 minutes. So France leads the way, just ahead of Mexico. And here's Emile Mesmercu of France. Said he was the aggressor in his first lap, and the reason why he hits the feeding station, you'd think, in front. He's happy to go on his back as well a few times around the cans, just to mix it up, take a look at the field. Something you can afford to do in the first few laps. Maybe not having that opportunity in that final lap, you wouldn't think. Spread out a little bit as they start to approach the feeding platform for the first time. We go back to the women's race, and no changes there. Much of a gap for Lisa Poe. It still looks like it is Paula Otero in second spot for Spain. Just tapping her feet, making sure she stays in contact. Just mentioned about the front end speed of Poe. Just don't want to let her go. So the men here into the feeding pontoon for the first time. Oh, a bit of carnage in that first lap. Looks like France has come out looking good. So too Belgium, Spain, and Austria. Mesmercu might have thrown his cap after that first lap. He's had enough. Two Spaniards have taken over. Puyol in there. To Molina. Logan Van Wees of Belgium, not far away either. You see that white cap on the inside. So 1 lap down for the men. 3 to go. Just seen in this European Aquatics Open Water Cup just how swimming in home waters can make such a difference. We saw in that first leg in Piombino in Italy. They really did lift. We saw Domenica Azarenza win the men's race there in Italy. And it was Spain that won the women's through Angela Martinez Gullin, but Italy a tight second through Ginevra Taducci. Two Spaniards looking very strong early on here. But still early stages, just a quarter of the way through this men's race. So at the European Championships, just the ability of teammates to work together, give each other space. You can draft off each other as well. One leads, the other takes the lead. The men still pretty tight. Early stages, onto their second lap. Spread out and so just probably around about 5 minutes or so away from the women completing their first lap. Speaking of, lead women's group. Won by Lisa Poe. It's led it from the start. Paula Otero of Spain in second spot. Christian Cassignol of France in third. Green caps there for Czechia. Pleskotova or Netrevova. Spain in control in the men's race, this second lap. So Spain in 1 and 2. Puyol, Molina, and we go back. Wozniak of Poland, that white cap, closest to screen. And then the second white cap there, Van Wees of Belgium. Again, the pace, pretty cruisy. In front at the moment. Not pushing too hard, which is going to make for a very intriguing battle as those laps continue to go on. Emile Mesmercu there of France, sandwiched in between Wozniak and so too Van Wees without the cap. So keep an eye on our early leader, Mesmercu. See the blue skies really opened up here now. It's such a gorgeous part of the world. Water swimming, spectators' dream to be able to watch it as well. Such a proud history here in Spain, especially in Catalonia as well. I said before about Maria Belmonte Garcia, 4-time Olympic medalist, including gold in Rio and the 200 fly, and bronze in Rio on that 400 medley. She loved the tough stuff. Silver in the 200 fly and the 800 freestyle in London back in 2012, and former world champion in the 200 fly. So such a record, probably, well, without doubt, Spain's greatest swimmer, and most accomplished. Medalled at the Olympics or World Championships in 200 and 400 medley, the 200 fly, and the 800 and 1500 freestyle. And without doubt, the 5 most grueling events in the pool. And it's a grueling event here in the open water as well. 10 kilometre at Olympic distance. Back to the women's league group. I suppose still leads it for Monaco. And looks like the 2 Spanish teammates in this women's race going stroke for stroke as well. Dela Sanchez, Paula Otero. Women about to hit the 25-minute mark on their opening lap. You can see the men in the background. Come past. Men on to lap 2. Women just coming down to complete lap 1. Monaco in 1. Spain in 2 and 3. We go back to France in 4. Men's race. Well, looks like we've got a move, and a mover and a shaker. And for mine, looks like Poland. Peter Wozniak has had enough and takes a look under the shoulder and says, it's time. So Wozniak, 17th at the European Championships in Belgrade a couple of weeks ago. Was top 20 finisher at the World Championships in Doha earlier this year. So consistently top 20 performer in the world. And he had enough. The pace wasn't hot enough. Put the foot down. Back to the women's race. No change to our leader. Lisa Poe. Whoa. Then we go back to the men's for a second. Connect it back together. And this women's race starting to come down to conclude their first lap of 4. Not too much separating them, but as always, when you come into this feeding platform, just nice to get some separation. As we saw in that men's, if you're in that pack, you just can expel a lot of energy just trying to battle your way in to find your handler, and then you can cop a few random swinging arms as well. Just want to try and stay out of the washing machine as much as possible. So this women's race coming back down here. And really, Lisa Poe has led it from the start for Monaco. Coming into this race as a favourite to win on the back of consistent performances, always thereabouts, top 10 finisher, top 5, or 9th at the World Championships in Doha, and saw her finish 5th in leg 1 of this European Cup in Piombino. Back to the men's race on their second lap here. And starting to kick away a bit. Poland's Piotr Wozniak. Just looks solid. See the no cap there in second for mine. Looks like Emile Masmacu, our early leader for France. Spain fighting there. Puyol, that blue cap. Looks like in third spot. Outside of him in the white cap, Logan van Wees of Belgium. Then we go back, red cap there, Luca Karl of Austria in 5th spot. back to the women's race, coming down to complete their first lap. We'll see here. Looks like Spain putting on a little bit of a spurt. Still, Monaco and Lisa Poe in front, but flanked on either side by Spain's Candela Sanchez, and so too Paula Otero. It's been a good start for Maria Bramont Arias there. Peru as well, that red cap. And currently back there in fourth spot. Looks like French cap as well. Lucien Cassignon. And that blue cap for France will be your top five. So Poe in a bit of a Spanish sandwich at the moment. Caught between Sanchez and Otero. Looking very strong here in the men's, taking control. Peter Wozniak. There's McHugh there of France, still in second in the men's. The women here coming down to complete their first lap of 4. Spain, Monaco, France, Peru. See check cap in there as well, but just trying to get some hydration here. Just critical to stay on top of your hydration. Get some fluids, get some salts into the body because you're going to need it for that fourth and final lap. And spurt of energy. But all through pretty comfortable and unscathed. So Spain looking good. Just cruise it down. You can see Poe there in the white cap. Breaks into a bit of backstroke. Happy just to roll the shoulders over. Just mix it up on the muscles a little bit. Give the arms a taste of something different for a few seconds. I said easy to do in these first few laps. No, when the pace isn't on, no big risk. Well, come that fourth and final lap, you won't be seeing much backstroke. Yeah, see out wide. Maria Bramont Arias of Peru. Pushing the pace. Yeah, good to see. And it's the magic of our European Aquatics Open Water Cup as well. The ability to throw the invitations out to the world, not just for European nations. So great to see Bramont Arias here and takes up the lead. More than happy to get it moving in this second lap, and who's going to come along for the ride? Looks like it is still the two Spaniards. More than happy to get dragged along in Sanchez and Otero. As always, early leader in Poe. Happy to hang around in that white cap, and then just outside of her, French cap there as well, Cassignon. So we have a new leader in the women's race, Maria Bramont Arias. Happy to stretch out in this second lap of 4. Women's race just over the 30-minute mark. Sun shining here on a gorgeous Saturday in Catalonia and port of Barcelona. It's turned on near perfect conditions for us. And why not? Where else would you not want to be? Kick back and See a couple of our chase pack in the women's race from Czechia. Looking to just try and hang in there. Leontina Tranina, maybe Lucy Netrafova. So going to have to be careful here. They've been dropped at the back. And probably just a testament to the pace. It's gone up another level here. Ramon Arias of Peru. Just looking strong. Nice rhythm. Sighting so critical in open water as well. Just making sure you're nailing those turning cans, not having to swim any further than you have to. Spain in second spot. Looks like Sanchez. And out wide. Andre there, or Mendes of Portugal, takes a look under her arm. Trying to get second group moving. And looks like the two Portuguese there. And Andre in the white cap. Mendes in the orange. Past a few guidance cans. So a bit of mixing it up here in the women's race. Poe not having it all her own way. You can see the white cap there though. She's not far off. And close to her, Otero. They've kind of stuck together like glue in this first lap in a bit. Both the women and the men on their second lap of 4 here. 10-kilometre Olympic distance. European Aquatics Open Water Cup, leg 2 from Barcelona. We'll catch up with the men's race shortly. Last we checked was Wozniak of Poland that was leading. No doubt about our leader here, Maria Bramon-Arias for the women's race for Peru, the red cap, looking strong. Candela Sanchez of Spain, that blue cap closer to screen in second spot. And then just outside of her, the white cap, our early leader, Lisa Poe of Monaco. In the top 3. And back there, Angelica Andre. White cap there for Portugal. Second Spanish swimmer in Paula Otero. Seeing that second boy. And it's still pretty close, just a few seconds separating top 10. It's still early days on this second lap of 4. So got to leave something in the tank for that fourth and final lap. I'm sure plenty of open water fans looking on as that countdown to the Olympic Games. Just on 40 days away from the start of our open water swimming competition. So, set to be contested there in the Seine at Point Alexandra III. Let's get back to our men's race. So we've got a new leader. It will be Belgium in front. So Logan van Wees of Belgium has joined the party at the front alongside Peter Wozniak, that white cap close to the screen. Spanish cap in there as well. Ruben Puyol, blue, and then with no cap, so the Frenchman Emily Masmacue. Lead group of 4. Plenty in the chases though. Ukraine's Danilo Chabanian in the black cap. Austrian in Luca Karl right there on that second line. So just trying to get some clean water. Very tightly bunched. That for Morgan van Wees of Belgium. It's 15th at the European Championships in Belgrade. Just outside the top 30 at the World Championships in Doha in February. And see lovely shots here of Port of Barcelona, said home of the America's Cup coming up in late August. The most famous yacht race in the world. Place to be, but today it's open water swimming, and look at the men's race. This is turning into an intriguing battle. They're starting to spread out again. And see French cap taking the lead. Jean-Baptiste Kloosman. The 2 Frenchmen looking good. Jean-Baptiste Kloosman, 21st at the European Championships. Right alongside him, Camille Mesmacue. And then that wave of 4 behind. Yeah, Maria Mendez Puga there of Spain. A couple of Spaniards coming up. Puyol in the blue cap, and then Puga without a cap. So Puyol closest to screen, this blue cap for Spain. Said home waters, home fans, you lift. He takes you up another level. Dearly love to win here in Barcelona. Kloosman of France in that blue cap, furthest away from screen. Super tightly bunched. Back there on the chase, that second line. Still looks like Mesmacue without the cap. Throwing the Austrian in the red cap in Karl. White cap there, Van Wees of Belgium. And looks like Wozniak as well in that white cap of Poland. So pushing the pace a little bit, the men, this second lap of 4, spreading out ever so slightly. Loving the 2 Spanish teammates eyeballing each other. Puyol and Puga. It's a men's race. Starting just to go up another notch. Kloosman on the outside there for France as well in that blue cap. Plenty of experience. Just outside the top 20 in European champs. Back to the women's race now. Spain hits the front. Just a quick look back. Which Spaniard is it? Sanchez. Trying to push the pace a little. Back to Poe there, Monaco in second. Otero as well there for Spain. But men have made light work of this second lap. Just on the 55-minute mark when they come around here. In a few minutes' time, that'll be the halfway mark. 2 laps down, 2 to go. So with each passing lap, it gets ever more intriguing. Pace goes up, tactics start to become and play a major part. They could not ask for anything more here, though. Classy conditions. Sun is out after a bit of rain to start us off. Visibility is sublime. The men's race still cooking. Puyol of Spain, that blue cap closest to the screen. And in the middle, looks like Mario Mendez Puga of Spain without the cap. And then outside of him, Jean-Baptiste Klusman. He's left-hand side of screen with the blue cap. There you lead 3. They're just taking a look up, make sure they're on that turning buoy. The Puyol looks pretty comfy on the inside there, that blue cap. Back to the women's race though. And Poe starting to pull out a little bit here in the white cap. Trying to challenge the 2 Spaniards. And Sanchez and Otero. Looks like Portugal now into 4th spot. Back to the men's though, coming down to complete their second lap. Jean-Baptiste Klusman, France, put her on a little bit of a spurt. Just get away from the Spanish teammates in Puyol, and so too Puga. You can see the platform there. We'll come through the feeding platform. Get some hydration. So Frenchman looks good. Just got to find your handler, find the right cup. Head down. Jean-Baptiste Klusman of France leads the way. Mesmercu there of France as well. Now into second spot with no cap. A couple of swims with no caps there. I reckon Puyol of Spain currently in 3rd spot. So stretching out nicely now, 3rd lap of 4. Advantage France in this men's race. France with some fantastic open water swimmers in recent times, especially. See the likes of Marc-Antoine Olivier and Sasha Velli. We'll see them both at the Paris Olympics in just over a month's time. That open water program. Back to the women's race, and it looks like it is. Lisa Poe has retaken the lead. Yep. Candela Sanchez of Spain, and to Paula Otero of Spain as well. It's giving that kayaker a run for her money. Standing at the pace. She's fantastic at surges, Poe. She'll have a surge at the start, just blow the cobwebs out, and then just settles back down into a rhythm again, and then just has a great sense of timing to make another attack, and that can really sting your opposition when you're on the surge. Just take them out of their comfort zone. And see a surge here now in the men's race. Now on lap 3. Jean-Baptiste Kluzman. Nice surge. Let's see. It's like 2 swimmers with no caps. It's the second Frenchman, in Emile Mesmacu. So 2 Spaniard in Maria Mendez Puga. Not too far away at the inside there, white cap, Logan Van Wees of Belgium. So you can see right-hand side of the screen there, Van Wees of Belgium in the white cap. In the middle there in the blue is Kluchman of France. Still hanging in there. See the gold cap to the left-hand side, Victor Johansson for Sweden. Definitely the Frenchman pushing the pace a little. A little surge. See what the rest of the field has, but they're not going anywhere. And certainly here in open water swimming, that drafting where you can just hook in behind and operate a little bit less. Conserve some energy. Buy your time and wait for your moment. So another surge here. As we go back to the women's race, still in their second lap of 4. Been going just over 50 minutes now. The men just over 1 hour. So this could be the women's race right here, right now. Oh, asking a lot of questions of Sanchez. Men's race. Back to that first turn. Whoa! A little bit of coming together there between the 2 no caps. That was solid contact. Got Puga of Spain and Mesmacu of France really bumped together. That took them back a little bit. So here's the lead group. Lisa Poe leading the way ahead of the 2 Spaniards. Otero and Sanchez. Maria Bramont-Arias of Peru in that red cap. So there, in 4th. So I'll give it to Otero. She knew coming in, you had to, that Poe was going to be the number 1 threat. She has not left her feet the entire race. Be a wise choice. On the men's though, a little extra kick coming in here for the Frenchman in Jean-Baptiste Klusman. Lead men's group. Looks like this is Logan van Wees of Belgium. White cap into second spot now. Men's race coming up on 1 hour 5 into this third lap of 4. Hope you're enjoying the action so far here. It's only going to heat up. European Aquatics Open Water Cup Leg 2 from Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. Confirmation there. Jean-Baptiste Klusman in front, just ahead of Belgium's Logan van Wees. Frenchman right there without the cap, Emile Mesmerkiw. Peter Wozniak of Poland. Interesting. Coming out wide now in this women's race, coming down for their second lap. Now pushing the pace. Sanchez has a line of her own here, it looks like. And on her, Ramon Arias of Peru. So one of my favourite things in open water, getting that sighting. So the Spaniard in Candela Sanchez. Coming around the outside. Lisa Pone, the white cap on the far side, fights back. Otero on her wash. Oh, smooth. Look at this stroke. Back to the men's leader, Jean-Baptiste Klusman. Looking strong. Oh, gee, they've had a good tussle. Two boys with the no caps. Emile Mesmerkiw of France. It's like Maria Mendez Puga of Spain. And then white cap closest to screen here. Always consistent. Logan van Wees of Belgium. 15th at the European Championships a couple of weeks ago in Belgrade. Just a tight men's race. Puyol there, blue cap for Spain. Right there in the top 5 as well. The women make the turn. Trying to come down, complete their second lap. Just aggressive. Trying to push the pace here. Sanchez of Spain, and then Otero there as well. Trying to work together against Poe for Monaco. And back to Ramon Arias of Peru in 4th spot. Women start to make their way down to the halfway point of the race. And once again, they'll come through feeding platform to get some hydration. You have to take on some fluids. Just that accumulation of dehydration, and especially when you're in the water, just impossible to get a comprehension of how much fluid you're losing while you're exerting your energy in water itself. So You've got to stay on top of it, because when you want to go and pull that trigger in that final lap, go that extra gear, if you're not on top of your hydration, it's not going to be there. But it's there at the moment in this men's race. So we've got a new leader once again. I've swapped it around a bit. Logan van Wees here, Belgium. Maria Mendez Puga of Spain in second spot. So lap 3 of the men's. Things starting to get serious. Lap 3 of 4. Back to the women's race. And two Spaniards have worked together well these first 2 laps. Candela Sanchez. So too Paula Otero. He's pushing a little bit more here. Otero now hits the front. A bit of a role reversal. Otero that was on the feet of Poe for so long. Now takes the lead, and Poe slots in behind her. And Sanchez is happy to do her own work out in second spot. They'll come down here. Second lap, and still Spain said they want to lift in front of the home crowd in home waters, and going about it the right way here in this women's race. Comes down to complete their second lap of 4. Paula Otero, it's made all the right moves so far. Stuck with Poe when she needed to, and then has just surged a little here. And here's Spain in 1 and 2. Paula Otero, Candela Sanchez, back to Lisa Poe Monaco in 3. Maria Bramont Arias of Peru, in the 4th spot. We'll see, get a good indication here. In transition, and this feeding pontoon, the handlers with their poles out there, and just got the cup on the end. A little bit of sports drink, take it on. Poe decides not to go. And straight to the front. Mariana Mendez in there as well, of Portugal, in that orange cap. Julie Pleskotova of Czechia in the green cap. So interesting move there from Poe, just elected not to stop, just go through. Let's handed her back the lead. So the women's race enters its second hour. And its third lap of 4. And just get the feeling here, race tactics. Poe is surging once again and asking a lot of questions. They're starting to string out here, so that means the pace is on. So both the Spaniards, Otero and Sanchez, going to have to be very careful. You don't want to lose the feet. Look at this, just desperately trying to hang on at the moment. Mariana Mendez there, that orange cap. She's had a good race in 4th spot for Portugal. Back to Maria Bramont Arias of Peru, red cap. In 5th. Koskotova, green cap of Czechia. Then we go, what's that red cap of Bramotarias? Orange cap, Mendez. And it's past Sanchez. Then past Otero. He's in second spot for Spain, that blue cap. Back to the front, Poe of Monaco. Just shut down that surge. Oh, it's Lisa Poe for the moment. But this women's race starting to string out with every passing moment. Pace has just gone up another level. Who can stick with it? Who can match Lisa Poe here? Said in the preview, she was coming into this as a strong favourite. Plenty of eyes and pressure on her. It's been a fantastic 12 months. Right, still got to get it done on the day. Poe, 5th placing. In this Open Water Cup, round 1. Right, go back to the men's race here. Don't know about that leaderboard, but stick with me, and I think Logan van Wees, Belgium, closest to screen, that white cap. And then 2 no caps have had a ding-dong battle in the men. Maria Mendez Puga. So to Emile Masmacue of Spain and France respectively. So both men and women on their 3rd laps of 4. Seeing an increase in pace. Lisa Poe back to where she likes it most, in front, in control. Still no real changes. Spain in 2 and 3. Paula Otero in 2nd. Camila Sanchez in 3rd. Now, Mariana Mendez of Portugal. See that orange cap? Starting to look good. Probably been the biggest mover in this 3rd lap so far. See Maria Bramotarias of Peru trying to hang on. That red cap. French cap back there as well. Cassignon. Back to the men's race. Another surge, another stretch out here. Van Wees of Belgium. Battle for 2nd. Tough one at the moment. Swiss cap now into 2nd spot. Paul Niederberger, Switzerland. Back to the women's lead, and still just increasing it ever so slightly. Lisa Poe. Where does she make her move? Is this the move? Is it too early? Making every stroke a winner right now. Of Monaco, just good rhythm. Gets the head down, breathing both sides. Takes a little look up. Make sure her sighting is right on spot. There's the one luxury. There's a few luxuries of sitting back behind one on that wake of the leader. Just get dragged along, but also the sighting as well. Get a nice rhythm if you're going to put the sighting in the faith of one of your rivals. So from the women's race back to the men's race, both on lap 3 here of 4. A 10-kilometre Olympic distance. European Aquatics Open Water Cup, leg 2 from Barcelona. Here from the port of Barcelona. Logan Van Wees said 15th at the European Championships just a couple of weeks ago in Serbia. In front. No change to the women's leader as well. Oh, pushing. Otero refusing to budge in second spot for Spain. But now just needs to keep in contact here, Otero. Just starting to lose the feet. Once you lose that wash, then you're going to lose that advantage. He realizes that, trying to fight back now. Don't want Poe to get any more separation, otherwise that could be the race right there. Back to third spot, Candela Sanchez, Otero's Spanish teammate. So 2 blue caps said they worked together so well first 2 laps. Now here, they're in a battle just to stay in contact with Poe. Poe just drops the rating a little bit. Back to Portugal in 4th spot, Mariana Mendes, that orange cap. Just had a good race. Perfectly positioned for a podium placing. She can just hang in there, conserve her energy, see what she's got left in the tank for that final lap. Women's to the men's race. No change to our leader, Logan Van Wees. Just outside the top 30 at the World Championships in Doha in February. This men's 10-kilometre event. Look at them piling up here for second spot, though. Niederberger of Switzerland looks like in that black cap. Maria Mendes Puga of Spain. Our early leader in Emile Masmecue of France. It's been right up there for most of the race in this lead group. Van Wees. Working nicely, makes the turn. And head back towards the pontoon to complete their third lap. We'll see who's got the energy. This fourth and final lap coming up to take out leg 2. Still a long way to go in this race. I've seen it so many times. You need to save some energy, not just for that final lap. You've got to save some energy for that final few hundred metres into the finishing chute. That lead can change so quickly. But at the moment, advantage Belgium. Just impressed as well. Niederberger, black cap, seems to have worked his way into this race nicely. No changes to our leaders in the women's race, but they've just reeled in Poe a little bit. She was getting some separation there at one point. Full credit to Otero. She's stuck on her feet for the majority of this race and refusing to let her go. Back for the men. Get an indication here. They come down to the feeding pontoon in a few minutes' time. Who's going to make their move? Van Rees has led for the majority of this third lap. It's looked aggressive. And Niederberger of Switzerland, that black cap, looks like in second spot, has just come at the right time to the front. So who's in the third spot there? Mesmerkill France without the cap. There's a couple of swimmers without caps now. A little bit difficult to identify, but Logan Van Wees, easy to identify for Belgium. Van Wees looking good, and it's comes down to this. Third lap coming up, 1 lap to follow this to finish us out. Just under the 1 hour 30 mark at the moment. And past a couple of very nice boats in the background here in the port of Barcelona. Takes a look under the arm. Looks smooth, the Belgian out in front. Trying to make it like it's the mini break now and maybe just get some separation so we can get into this feeding pontoon without any company. And get one last bit of hydration and then take off for the final lap. Back to the women's race. Lisa Poe, Monaco, still with the lead. Otero, we've seen all race going nowhere for Spain, sticking right on her feet. So for the men here, Van Wees comes through. He's going to get one final bit of hydration, maybe some caffeine, something. So Van Wees in front. Looks strong. Emile Masmecue of France in second spot. And then we go back. Paul Niederberger of Switzerland in third. And straight away here, Logan Van Wees. Whooshing. Made his move. But now the Frenchman is right on his feet. And we can see Niederberger in third spot there for Switzerland. Puyol there of Spain in fourth. Then back to Wozniak of Poland. Still in with a chance. Fifth spot. Formation there. Van Wees, Mesmerkill, Niederberger, Wozniak, Mendes. Zubek in there as well for Czechia without the cap. A little double tandem for the girls on the goat boat there. Trying to keep an eye on our swimmers. Oh, nice synchronisation. So, men, fourth and final lap. This is it for them. Who's going to take out this European Aquatics Open Water Cup Leg 2 from Barcelona? At the moment, it does look like Logan Van Wees, strong, but being impressed with Emile Mesmerkiw of France. He's countered all the attacks from each of the leaders, and we've had some in this race. Maybe up to 7 or 8 different leaders throughout the event. Still just tapping on the feet, the Frenchman. Our Belgian leader. Sitting on the promenade, Port of Barcelona. One of the most beautiful and best spots to watch open water swimming. Follow it the entire way. A bit of a deceiving angle there as well. Still lead to the Belgian. Bit impressed with Niederberger as well for Switzerland. Keep an eye on him in that black cap, in third spot at the moment. Wozniak there in the white cap for Poland. So men on their fourth and final lap. Women here on their third lap. And still Lisa Poe. Looking good out in front. Interesting battle for second. Portuguese cap there starting to emerge. Angelica Andre of Portugal. That white cap starting to challenge Paula Otero. Back to the men's. And it is in the balance right now. Final lap. Van Wees of Belgium leads the way on his wash. Without the cap in there. Emile Mesmerkiw of France. Just outside of him. Looks like the Spaniard in Willem Puyol. Then we go back. Paul Niederberger in the black cap of Switzerland. And in the white cap of Poland there, Wozniak in fifth spot at the moment. Back to that red cap, maybe Luca Karl of Austria. A couple of surges here. The Spaniard looks good. Willem Puyol. Home waters. Been the biggest mover in this last lap so far. Really moving now. Puyol here. So cooks off Mesmerkiw. Drops him to third. Women's race. Poe in front. And the big mover here. Angelica Andre of Portugal, pushing hard. That second spot against Paula Otero. Then we go back. Candela Sanchez of Spain, fourth spot. A French cap incoming as well. Cassignon. Like our top five. So women in their third lap. 4. One to follow this. Men in their fourth and final lap. Back to the men's race. Belgium still holding that lead. Can Logan Van Wees hang on? Plenty of challenges there. Puyol, blue cap had a surge, but fought back as well. The Frenchman, Emile Mesmerkiw, without the cap. Then we go back, duo black cap there, Paul Niederberger of Switzerland. Alongside him, Peter Wozniak of Poland. It's your top 5. Looks good. And we're still in control for Belgium. Takes a look under the arm. Sees his rivals. No surprises, they're right there. It's a matter of, as long as he's swimming within himself, and save something for the final few hundred metres. We've always seen this 10-kilometre Olympic distance. 2 hours, or just under 2 hours of racing to the finish. You think it's a long way, but these races are decided by mere seconds, sometimes hundredths of a second, fingernail in it. All comes down to that final touch. In a lot of the cases. This women's race, though. Lisa Poe starts to ask some questions of the rest of this field. And she has burnt them right here. And they're going to have to be extremely careful now. France into second spot. Lucien Cassignol understands the importance of this third lap. Spanish duo going to have to keep an eye on it here, not to lose contact. Inès Delacroix, France having a good race now as well. Looks like she's into third spot. So France have come from nowhere in this women's race. In lap 3. Back to the men's. Belgium still leads the way. Can he be stopped? Logan van Wees. Out the hometown hero, Puyol of Spain, doing everything in his power. That blue cap. So too the Frenchman in Emile Mesmerkiw. Another look under the shoulder. Right there, Puyol's right there. Just a few seconds separating top 6 or 7. Wait to see how this final few hundred metres is going to play out, but still a few minutes away from that. The men's race, back to the women. Just under the 1 hour 30-minute mark, and Lisa Poe, Monaco stretching out. How's her lead? Saw a French duo, Lucien Cassignol. So to Inès Delacroix. Looks like Spain has fought back again. Strong effort there by Paula Otero. Re-established herself in second spot. No doubting our leader though, Lisa Poe. Came in as a short price favourite to win the women's race today. And has looked every bit the winner for the majority of it so far. Just on the back of some great results. 6th at the European Championships. 9th at the World Championships early this year. We saw 5th in leg 1 of this European Aquatics Open Water Cup in Piombino last month. Constant women's race in Italy. Was taken out by Angela Martinez-Gullin. That sprint finish. Of course, the second leg of 5 in our European Aquatics Open Water Cup. Leg 3 will be on after the Paris Olympics in Ohrid, North Macedonia on August 31st. And then we finish off in September with legs 4 in Belgrade, Serbia, and leg 5 in Razanac, Croatia. Women coming down here, the final straight. Complete lap 3 of 4. Sapo takes a look under her arm. Paula Otero, there, Spain in second spot. Casignol of France in third. Go back. Inés de la Croix of France in that blue cap. Candela Sanchez of Spain, top 5. Angelica Andre of Portugal in 6th spot. And tight to make out. So again, a bit like we saw with the men's, coming into the final lap, Van Wees just had a nice lead and just allowed him to get into the refeed pontoon without any dramas, without any opposition around him. Got that final cup of fluids, whether it be some electrolytes or some caffeine. Seems to have worked out well for the Belgian because he's in front right now. He's had control for a while in this men's race. Ooh, close to some separation. Asking a lot of questions to the rest of this field at the moment. Logan Van Wees trying to hang on here. Second spot. Emile Mesmercue, France, without the cap. So to Guillaume Puyol of Spain. Back to the women's race to complete their third lap. Lisa Poe, probably the biggest lead she's had of the race for mine. Just put it down a bit here. She refused to take hydration that last lap, and that's when she really made her move. Retook the lead and hasn't looked back. So surely she'd have to stop here just for one more hit of hydration to just assure she's got enough energy for this fourth and final lap. Takes a look back and probably a little bit surprised. Took 2 looks back. Make sure that was the distance. Didn't think she realised that she'd created that much separation. And so now Paula Otero desperately trying to hang on. Interesting battle. So, Casignol of France in third spot. But this is the race right now. Lisa Poe, biggest lead. Coming down here to complete their third lap, just over 1 hour, 30 minutes. And there'll be one more lap to swim. You can see the 2 red boys there. That's the finishing gate. Next time they return, they'll be swimming straight down that gate to the finish line. How is this going to unfold? Said Poe didn't take any fluids last time. Is she going to take any this time? Doesn't look like either. Poe's had enough, so she's not stopping. So big move coming here from Poe. She doesn't need it and has just gone for it. So Poe's put the pedal down and burnt the rest of the field here. Portugal now into second. Spain in third. So that's intriguing. Angelica Andre had a good transition, but Poe just refused to stop for any hydration and made a move, powered through transition, and has cooked the rest of the field for the moment and opened up the biggest lead of the race. So they head out for their fourth and final lap, the women. Lisa Poe, big lead. Paula Otero of Spain in second spot. Angelica Andre of Portugal in third. So there's your 3 on screen right now. Well, intriguing to see Poe has the experience. She knows what she needs. We'll see, will that be a factor coming down to the finish if they can try and tighten this gap back up. Look at Otero pushing so hard for Spain. Blue cap, she's giving it everything right now. The race is right now here for the women. And Otero knows it. She has to give her all to get back on Poe's feet, because if she lets Poe go, it's going to be race over. So you can see this blue cap just putting their head down, pushing really hard in second spot. Hard to tell from this front on angle if that gap's been closed or not. We'll go back to the men's race. Fourth and final lap here. Logan van Wees of Belgium. Said led for most of it. No, back with the women. So the men, you can see there on the screen, just 1 kilometre to go. The women just under 2.5 kilometres. So might see if we can get back to the men's race for that final kilometre, but full credit here has to be given to Paula Otero. It looks like she's really closed that gap up on Poe. She had to, you could tell. It's a pivotal moment of the race. And now Poe's really just shut it down. So Poe's stopped and more than happy to let Otero take the lead. So interesting from Poe. She didn't take hydration in the final 2 laps. Is that a factor? She whipped through, and then bizarre race tactic to then couldn't break them. And now Otero is taking up the lead. And Angelica Andre there of Portugal right there alongside Poe of Monaco. So now she's happy to rest on the feet, and wow, psychologically for Paula Otero of Spain, that's a huge victory for her. Early stages of that final lap, so might stick with the men here for this final kilometre of the race. Can he hang on? Logan van Wees led for the majority of the second half of the race for Belgium. Has looked good. But right there, the Frenchman, Emile Mesmerkieu. Look at this, Mesmerkieu right up on his shoulder, pulls alongside him now. Oh, we're going to get a grandstand finish. You know we will. Back to the women's race, though. On their final lap as well. Otero has the lead. After some questionable tactics from Poe of Monaco. Now in second spot, and right alongside her, Angelica Andre of Portugal. There you lead 3 for this women's race. So just the psychological victory for Otero when Poe tried to break them early in this 4th lap. She gave it everything to get on her wash, and then once she maintained that, then it was kind of a bit of a surrender there by Poe. But see what Poe's got left. She's happy to go back and sit on the feet of Otero for a while, maybe conserve some energy for a final push to the finish. Still a long way to go in this women's race. Not far to go in this men's race, though. And look, the Frenchman has come again here. Showing great aggression, Mesmerkieu. So asking questions of Logan van Wees. So van Wees, the white cap for Belgium. Closest to screen, it's on the other side. Emile Mesmerkieu of France without the cap. Stroke for stroke. And we go back. Tight battle for third. It's like Willem Puyol of Spain in that blue cap. Outside of him, a white cap. Wozniak now. Poland. Doing the battle there for third spot. And then just behind them, the black cap. So Paul Niederberger of Switzerland. That's your top 5. Final lap of the men's here. European Aquatics Open Water Cup, leg 2 from Barcelona. Men's race. Now the final stages, probably about 5 minutes left. The seagulls float on in the background. Getting a lovely front row spectator spot. That's stroke for stroke here now. It's filling each other out. They've definitely got another gear to give. It's just a matter of who's going to go and lock in that gear first. You don't want to go too early. You've got to save something for that final few hundred metres. And Weiss of Belgium. Mesmerkiw of France. Stroke for stroke. And then the chase here. Puyol. And so too Wozniak. They're close. Definitely close enough. They're on the feet. Trying to keep contact. But at the moment, Van Weiss has all the answers. Look, beautiful positioning here from Mesmerkiw. Just right on the shoulder, just getting sucked along in the Belgian's wake. Just get the feeling the Frenchman might just have a little trick left up his sleeve. The women's race turns again, and it has been a roller coaster of a ride. What a bizarre final lap. Poe surrendered the lead and now come back to the front. So this ding-dong battle between Poe of Monaco and Otero of Spain. It's up another level. We go to this men's finish. Stroke for stroke in this one. Still Van Weiss just leads. The white cap. Mesmerkiw of France on the other side of him without the cap. Wozniak, Poland, third spot there at the moment. They make the turn here now for the straight. It's a long straight here. The Port of Barcelona. Said, don't want to go too soon. Got to save something for that final few hundred metres. Still stroke for stroke. Van Weiss, Mesmerkiw, Wozniak in third. Puyol right there, and Niederberger. So there's your leading group, top 5. So now on the outside, look at Puyol here for Spain, making a move in the blue cap, coming down on the outside. They're in the final straight now, so a few hundred metres remaining in this men's 10 kilometre. And it's a race in 3 at the moment, but still, Belgium leads the way. Logan Van Weiss. I think we might try and get back to the men's race. The women's race at the moment, they've still got plenty to come. Men's race in a real critical stage. Still Poe leading the women's race. But it's this men's finish that we're after. And now they start to spread out. Van Weiss, he's led for most of it. Does he have any energy left? Not sure. Look at Wozniak in the white cap on the inside. Positioning himself well. So Wozniak of Poland might just have the lead at the moment. Side of him, Mesmerkiw right alongside him. Van Weiss. And then closest to the screen, the blue cap of Puyol. It's a few hundred metres to go. Grandstand finish coming up here in this men's 10 kilometre leg 2 of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup from Barcelona. Still, none of these leaders have really hit that final sprint gear just yet because there's still a little way to go. So maybe 300 metres. Haven't got into the finishing chute just yet. Who has the energy left? Wozniak looks good here for Poland. So too starting to fight back as well as that Niederberger for Switzerland on the inside. And Puyol here of Spain on the outside. So coming here now, Niederberger of Spain. Niederberger of Switzerland, sorry. Looking good. Puyol of Spain, the blue cap. And Wozniak, so Van Wees is done. I don't think he can get back now. Just expelled too much energy. They start to come down to this finish now. Oh, it's brutal. Puyol trying to get it done here for Spain, asking questions now. No response at the moment from the rest of the rivals. Mesmercu trying to surge again outside. Niederberger for Switzerland. The finishing chute is close. Men's 10 kilometre here now. Oh, maybe it is just Niederberger of Switzerland in front. Puyol of Spain. Probably going to come down to these two. Oh, trying to hang on here. Puyol doing a great job for Spain. Niederberger, the black cap of Switzerland. Puyol brings in the big 6-speed kick. And I think Spain is going to get it here at the touch. Coming down. And it will be Spain that takes it. Guillaume Puyol in home waters. He takes out leg 2 of this European Aquatics Open Water Cup for mine. Switzerland in second. Paul Niederberger. And then photo finish for third. Could have been anyone's. They said they lift in front of the home crowd. And Guillaume Puyol has lifted today. A brilliant final few hundred metres. Looks to be giving him the title here on leg 2. And the Spaniard in home waters. Guillaume Puyol. Thumbs up for the finish in that one. Get those official results to you shortly, but Puyol takes it out for Spain, and quite Niederberger in that black cap for Switzerland in second. So the home fans loving the victory there as we go back to the women's race. And Puyol. Still Lisa Poe. Bizarre final lap for her. Said didn't take any hydration on. Went past to start this fourth and final lap. Tried to break away from the group. Had a huge separation. And then Paula Otero reeled her in. Well, a bit wild there. Get back on the women's race shortly. So Otero took the lead. And Poe really slowed it back. Dropped back and sat on Otero for a while. Got her heart rate back into a comfortable zone. Regathered her thoughts. And then resurged back to the lead. So had a brilliant battle in this women's race. A couple more of our men's finishers coming down to wrap up their race. Said we'll get you official results for the men. And they come to hand. Did look like Guillaume Puyol wins it for Spain in home waters. And Paul Niederberger for Switzerland, and then said photo finish for third as we get back to the lead of this women's race. Turning can 4 there. Lisa Poe still in front. Paula Otero in second spot. That's one of our male finishers there. And we'll get back to that women's race shortly. Joan Macaria Molina of Spain there, finishing his race. I said we'll get an update from that women's race shortly. They're on their 4th and final lap. The men coming down to finish. Lisa Poe, though, trying to get it done against Paula Otero. We saw in the men's race, just comes down to that final few hundred metres. Who has the energy left in the tank? A few more of our back markers here in the men's race coming down. This gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Barcelona. Here we go, back to the women's race. And it's tight. Once again, Lisa Poe has the lead, but only just. Paula Otero looking for a way around. See if she can get off her feet at some point. Start to pull up alongside. I'll take a zoom out shortly. Have a look at the rest of the chasers. And it's still for Poe. Very tactical. And saw her take the lead, then relinquish the lead, and then back in front. Now here comes Otero again on the inside. So the Spaniard asking more questions of Poe. And these two have pushed each other all race long. And not far off as well, Candila Sanchez. So here comes the Spanish sandwich starting to come in here on Poe. And, well, we've seen what Puyol did in the men's race with that fast finish for the victory. Can Spain cause an upset here in the women's as well? Definitely putting Poe under a lot of pressure. And then we go back. Angelica Andre there, Portugal. Racine Cassignol of France. Your top 5. Look at this stroke for stroke. Oh, we love it. This is what open water swimming is all about. Final lap. Just under 10 minutes to race in this women's event. 10-kilometre Olympic distance. Goes out the window in that final few hundred metres. Turns into an absolute sprint. Whatever energy you have left. Paula Otero refuses to go away, and so too Angelica Andre of Portugal here. This white cap starts to emerge on the inside. So a decision to be made here from Otero. Does she stick with Poe, the leader, or does she hook in here on Andre? Delacroix of France having a good race as well. In 5th spot. But to Poe's credit, every question asked, she's got an answer and she's kicked away again. So a little bit of separation here for Lisa Poe of Monaco. 4th and final lap of this women's competition for the day. European Aquatics Open Water Cup, leg 2 from Barcelona. Brilliant finish in the men's race. Puyol coming around from about 4th, 5th placing in that final straight to take the victory in home waters. Now here in the women's, Lisa Poe has led for the majority of this race. And now doesn't want it to come down to a sprint finish against her rivals, trying to break them before they get to the final straight here. But I give credit every time. He's tried to get away. Been on Paula Otero of Spain, that blue cap, closest to screen. She's been able to reel her in. He's got company now as well. Angelica Andre of Portugal's worked her way nicely into this race over the 4 laps. Tin can 6 there. One more boy turn to get into that final straight. Lisa Poe dearly love a victory here after a 5th placing in leg 1 there in Piombino last month. Takes a look under the shoulder again. How far the distance is. Her strength is just those surges. Had a big surge at the start of this final lap and then just shut it down completely. Was more than happy to let Otero take the lead. And then just took some rest, recovery for a bit on Otero's wash, and then came straight back. Retaking the lead and now extended that lead. And this chase pack is under serious pressure right now. Races in the balance. Lisa Poe here of Monaco asking a lot of questions. Both Paula Otero and so too Angelica Andre in 2nd and 3rd. Spain and Portugal respectively. Let me go back. Candila Sanchez of Spain. Inez Delacroix of France. You see those two, the blue and the white cap. It's your top 5. See this rating, especially of Andre of Portugal, that white cap in 2nd spot. Just trying to push it a bit. Poe looks in control in front. And then Otero fights back for Spain. Blue cap closest to screen in 2nd spot. So the question remains, can they close that margin up? Is that lead going to be enough for Poe? Who has the most energy here in this chase pack, and who's expelled the least? You think Andre of Portugal, white cap currently in 3rd spot. She hasn't done too much work. She's got plenty of energy, and how much energy does Delacroix of France have there in now in 4th spot? See that white cap closest to screen. The bottom of the screen there. Delacroix hasn't had to do too much work either. Whereas in front, Lisa Poe has done a mountain of work. That's where she enjoys it though, out in front, clear water. Loves to set the pace, get her own rhythm. Going about the right way. So just one more boy turn to get into that final straight. Round us out for this women's 10 kilometre Olympic distance here. 2nd leg, European Aquatics Open Water Cup from Barcelona, Spain. If you just joined us, well, the men have swum and won. It was a victory to Puyol of Spain. fantastic final 500 metres. Given the win ahead of Paul Niederberger of Switzerland. And now they turn for home here in the women's race. So into this long final stretch, it can be deceiving. You can see the finish line, but it's a lot further away than you think. So pacing, so critical. Need to leave something for that final few hundred metres. Lisa Poe looks like she's extended that lead now. Nice feeling. You're in clear water, but the chase is still on. They're close enough if they're good enough. Angelica Andre, white cap here, closer to screen, in second spot. And on the other side of her, Paula Otero, the blue cap of Spain, battling for the silver right now. And in that battle for fourth, next line back, Candila Sanchez of Spain. Right up against Inez Delacroix of France, but stroking away still strongly in front. Lisa Poe. Going to be tough to stop from here. Takes another look under her shoulder. Sees a little bit of separation at some point. She's going to put the head down. Start to rip towards the finish line. So there's the angle there. Mendes in that orange cap, having a good race for Portugal as well. Trying to make a late charge. Can anyone stop Lisa Poe? Doesn't look like it at the moment. A couple of 100 metres remaining. This women's 10-kilometre event. Of Monaco with a very handy lead. Great battle for second between Otero and that blue cap of Spain. And so too Andre of Portugal in the white cap. And not closing up that margin much right now. They're pushing hard. The women's race just clicks over the 2-hour mark. Sunshine beaming down here. Port of Barcelona. Lisa Poe looking to finish off her race strong. She's led for the majority of the race and just surrendered that lead early in that fourth lap. Maybe just to take a little bit of a breather. Recovered, and then once she hit the lead again, has not looked back. Set a fifth placing in leg one. This European Aquatics Open Water Cup in Piombino, Italy last month. And looking to get to the top here in leg two. Takes another look up. Finish line draws ever closer. Just a few 100 metres remaining now. See Poe at the Paris Olympics in just under 40 days to that open water competition in the Seine. She is in flow right now, and there is no one else in shot. So Lisa Poe puts it into fifth gear here. And it's going to be near impossible to stop now. They're pushing hard into second spot. Angelica Andre of Portugal. Seems to have burnt off Paula Otero of Spain. Trying to hang on for third now. You can see now coming into the final shoot, the damage has been done here. Lisa Poe of Monaco, too good here in leg two. The European Aquatics Open Water Cup. It will be Lisa Poe of Monaco will come down and take it. A brilliant victory for her. So Lisa Poe wins leg two of the European Cup. Second spot there. It will be Portugal's Angelica Andre. And third will go to Spain's Paula Otero. And tight for the other placings. But full credit to Lisa Poe, led for the majority of the race. And said just surrendered that lead in that start of that last lap just to recover a little bit. And gather herself and kicked again and was unstoppable. Really nicely paced race as well. Angelica Andre of Portugal to finish in second spot. And a brave effort by Spain's Paula Otero. She was thereabouts, had a great battle with Poe throughout the race. She took the lead in that fourth and final lap. Just expelled just a little bit too much energy. And tactically in that final lap, but will still finish on the podium in third spot. More of our swimmers coming down to touch. See if we can get an interview with Lisa Poe shortly there on the pontoon.
Lisa, congratulations. What do you think about this race? And you enjoyed with you. Congratulations again, Lisa Poe,
There we go, Lisa Poe takes it out and said we'll see her in the Paris Games. Representing Monaco. Open water competition starts in just over 40 days' time. In La Seine. Fingers crossed. But she came in with all eyes on her and delivered a brilliant race and said what a 12 months it's been really for Poe. Top 10 finish at the World Championships early this year in Doha and up 5th placing in leg 1, the European Aquatics Open Water Cup in Piombino. 6th in the 10 kilometre at the European Championships just a couple of weeks ago in Belgrade, and then comes here to leg 2 of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup in Barcelona. Takes the top spot. Started the race as the favourite and showed why in a fantastic result. So we'll get those official results shortly. We'll see if we can put them up for you when they come to hand. But men's race, Grillen Puyol of Spain taking it out in that sprint finish of Paul Niederberger of Switzerland. So photo finish there for third place in the men. And in the women's competition, Lisa Poe of Monaco. Comprehensive winner, really, in the end. Damage was done. Second place to Portugal, Angelica Andre. And then Paula Otero of Spain, finishing in third spot. There's Otero there. All smiles. She had a great race. Chatting with her coach. And a few tactical things to work out as well. That comes with experience, especially in that final lap. Poe played a few tactics when she really switched off and was happy for Otero to take the lead. And she'll learn from that. More of our competitors coming down to finish off the women's race. And I won't go too far away. We'll get you those results on screen when they come to hand. And if you stick with us in just around 30 minutes' time, we will have those official medal ceremonies for both the men's and women's races here from the European Aquatics Open Water Cup, leg 2 from Barcelona, Spain. So here we go, our medal ceremonies for the men's 10-kilometre event. And it looks like we're doing both men's and women's bronze at the same time. Medals being presented there. Pedro Brandedo of European Aquatics Open Water Delegate. Third place getters and the men's for France, Emile Mesmacu. And for the women's from Spain, Paula Otero. So getting the prize check there, €1,000.
Second place, Angelica Andre from Portugal and Piombino from Switzerland.
And here are our second place getters. And checks and medals will be presented by Julian Garcia, Club Nacio Athletic Barcelona president. Second place there, Angelica Andre for Portugal for the women, and Paul Niederberger of Switzerland for the men. See their novelty checks, €1,500. So great to see them there, and great to see the club Nacio Athletic Barceloneta. Of course, here at the Port of Barcelona, they had their 96th Travessia al Puerto this morning, their annual open water swimming event. And, opens, masters, juniors and adaptive swimmers taking to the water here. The 96th running of it, so incredible history there for Club Nacio Athletic Barceloneta. And here's our champions for leg 2 of our European Open Water Cup here in Barcelona. Medals and checks presented here by Fernando Carpena, member of the European Aquatics Bureau. The champion for the women, of course, Lisa Poe of Monaco. And for the men, Guillem Pujol of Spain. And they collect their checks as well for $2,500. So congratulations to them. Winners of leg 2 here in Barcelona, the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. Official results there for the men. And here the Trophy International at the Barcelona, representative of the Barcelona City Council, Albert Batil here, presenting these trophies. So your champions here of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup Leg 2 in Barcelona, Guillem Pujol of Spain and Lisa Poe of Monaco. Congratulations to them both. And that wraps us up here. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage on our European Aquatics Open Water Cup Leg 2 here from the Port of Barcelona. A fantastic finish in both races. And reminder again, plenty of action coming your way. Next up, we have our European Junior Open Water Championships in Vienna, Austria from July 12 to 14. Of course, the Paris Olympic Games, July 26 to August 11. And of course, those open water competitions set to be contested in the Seine. The women on August 8 and the men on August 9. And then our European Open Water Cup continues post-Paris.